Cool. So let's try again. So how you actually secured on your project when something stops? So I've been freelancing for like 10 years, and a lot of times I've been on a project. Oh well, sometimes I've seen that I've been on a project and for some reason it was cancelled due to economic, politics, and stuff like that. So someone said, well, this project isn't hasn't the highest priority at the moment, so we'll just cancel it for now, and then sometime later we will go continue on it. And working as a freelancer, this has a huge impact on you because you are the only one in your organization. And obviously, if you have a big organization and if one consultant stops, it's not a big deal. But obviously, if 30% stops, then you kind of see the challenge of it and what's going on there. So it does have an effect about how you actually being freelance and what's going on there. So at least you need to be careful, and at least some of the projects I've had is like they're like, well, you got 2 weeks notice or something like that to just say, well, the project was cancelled, you get payment for another 2 weeks, then you have to find something new. On this project that ended now, I don't really think I have anything like that. So I've been working for them for, I don't know, 8 years on and off on different projects. Um, and there's just been, do we have any projects? Daniel is a good fit for it. We'll let him do it. And that has been really good. It's worked out, and I think the flexibility that they get of not having to pay a certain amount, and me not having to commit that I will be working 10 hours every day or every week on the project is really beneficial. So from my perspective, I really enjoy it. Um, and then when this project stops, then I still have two other projects that is still probably a little more than full time. So on two different clients. So that gives a little extra buffer before I have to go and figure out what to do and find new clients. Obviously, at the time being, it's not a big problem getting clients because there's just so much work going on at the moment that it should be fairly simple to say I'm available and get a job and start within a week. I think. But yeah, that's I still have enough projects, so it's not gonna affect me that much. One of the other things, just working full time on just one project, they also have another downside. And I was informed by one of my clients that I've worked for some period of time that said, well, we have this new law that says if you've been working as a consultant full time for more than some period of time, we have to pay some, I don't know what it was. Then it was seen as an employment, and obviously that really doesn't fit the things that I'm doing. So they had to be careful that I did not fall into that bucket. But if I had, it was just be, well, I've been here for a period of a couple of years. Now this rule is in place, and we are no longer able to work with you. And if you've been on the same client for 5-10 years, it's probably difficult finding a new one on the same benefits and same terms as you already have. So that's definitely one of the things that you need to be careful about figuring out. Does this make sense, and where would this happen? So yeah, that's definitely one of the downside about just having one place that you're consulting. And I think when I started 10 years ago, my father was also warning me against that. There were these things that if you were just employed, and if it could be taxed differently or different things. So one of the things was getting an insurance, but obviously depends on the organization and company and country you're in about what would actually be seen as consulting or freelancing versus all other things. But I think that the thing I take away from it was a cool project. I learned a lot of new stuff, and using the BPM where it makes sense. And I think this was actually one of the use cases where it makes sense to use the PI BPM, because we had some user actions and users were able to interact with the BPM using the tool. And it, yeah, we had to orchestrate the calling different SAP system and BPM and approval, and that was the perfect place for it. And we could not have used the workflow from cloud really, because it was on-premise systems, and the CPI was not also not an option. So I think that would be the best use case for where a BPM project makes sense. So I learned a lot on it. So I'm not complaining. I think that was the cool benefit of being on the project, learning a little about some of these things that are going on and what you can actually do. I just wanted to share this insight that sometimes your project would be cancelled for some reasons that you cannot control, and probably no one can. It's just something that happens high up in the chain, and I don't know if that also is affecting other either consultancies. If you are just working with one client, the full consultancy, it's probably a little dangerous. That if those projects ends, then what are you supposed to be doing? And also, yeah, as an employee, I guess then you get a little longer notice before you have to find a new project or new work. But yeah, as it is now, it is pretty easy to find new jobs in the SAP world, as I see it, at least what I can see from the recruiting things that are going on in the integration space. But yeah, at least if you're a freelancer, be sure that you know or know the risk that the project can end with pretty short notice. And I think a lot of the contracts I have is like 2 weeks, and then you're out. And if there's no fixed timeline on it, it doesn't make a lot of sense. If you liked it, please hit the like, hit the subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you are working, consider, do I need a separate project, or is it okay working full time on this one thing? So thanks for watching.